What just doesn't want to die? Fucking cockroaches. They already said Kardashians. They are hobbits. That marry gay fish. Bitch, if you a hobbit you need to tell me right now. That comment made my day. Plastic degrades in about 500 years though. Dude, I don't think they will die even in next life. Cockdashians. The Queen of England. She's waiting for Charles to precede her. This isn't the first time I read a comment like this. Serious question. Why would she want Charles not to be king? It's just a running joke, indirectly referring to things like his divorce and remarriage. Evidently, a lot of people think William would be a much better king and wish that Charles could get skipped. Pretty sure the Queen has full confidence in him, though. I think a lot of it stems from how popular Dee was. People wanted to blame someone for her death. Blaming Charles was convenient. Why would people not blame the paparazzi? Wasn't the driver drunk as well? I think there were a lot of twisted conspiracy theories. People will believe whatever they want. Had a mate, jokingly, argue that it was big florist, as flower sales were down really low just before her death, and then jumped up after it. Virginia creeper in my backyard doesn't want to die. The vine looks much like poison ivy and has poisonous berries that may be fatal if ingested. Virginia creeper vine will travel everywhere if not kept under control. I've tried to kill it by digging it out at the roots, but the next year it's back in full force, more tenacious and prolific than ever. Virginia creeper is creepy, as if it refuses to give up the ghost. The best product to use on Virginia creeper is diluted glyphosate. Hold the vine away from your body and paint the product on the vine using a foam paintbrush. Be very careful not to get glyphosate on any other vegetation, as it is non-selective and will kill any vegetation that it meets. Be sure to follow the dilution instructions on the product label and always wear gloves when working with chemicals. Does it give the plant non-Hodgkin's lymphoma? Mesothelioma? No, mesothelioma is caused by unintelligible YouTube comments or asbestos. I had a feeling I knew what you were talking about, and I searched, and sure enough it was. My dad is always trying to kill it in the backyard, but it's practically impossible. I have been informed by a friend that visited Idaho that basically all potatoes in the state are really the same genetically. There are dozens of popular varieties including russet, red, gold, etc. all from Idaho. Almost every single food you buy from the store is genetically the same. Yeah, I think neither lemons nor oranges are fruits. Both are hybrids humans came up with. Also, every named apple is genetically identical. They aren't even cloned. It's all just grafting and continuation of the same original tree. I have been informed by a friend that visited a hospital that it's not a tumor and I don't need to get it examined. So there is no plural of Idaho potato. All potatoes spring from the same potato singularity, the potatularity if you will. It's a major problem for French fry physics. The event horizon is extra crispy. My 2008 MacBook. I want to replace it since it's getting slow when I open a bunch of browser tabs, but I just can't bring myself to spend the money since it still works. You might want to consider looking into replacing the hard drive with a solid state one and adding more RAM. It might add life to your laptop. How much would that cost? A 500GB SSD on Amazon is $80, 1TB for $120. Depending how big the RAM upgrade is and what version. $30 to $80 for a solid upgrade, up to 16GB. A 2008 Mac may only go up to 4GB or RAM. Do a Google search with your model to make sure. Also, my 2008 is still kicking too. It was a good year. I thought Goodyear only made tires. The evil grandma. We are pretty sure she's staying alive out of spite now. My mother didn't have a heart, creature. She kept herself alive out of spite. My grandma is a fucking stupid evil manipulative piece of shit. She's 93 now, sitting up in her condo, and is a total fucking bitch. The racist grandpa that's had at least 3 heart attacks, a stroke, survived a rollover in a 1960s car, and still lives on red meat and beer. He'll outlive us all. That reminds of my great uncle. Every morning he'd put nitroglycerine paste on cellophane and put that on his chest. Was a crude heart thinner back then. Drank a glass of sherry, not out of a wine glass, but a full cup of sherry. He'd call it his heart starter and would outdrink anyone who tried. Smoke cigars like a chimney to the point where the white roof was yellow, and he had a heart condition where only 2 of the 4 heart valves worked right. Bastard lives till 91. FYI, we still carry nitro paste on my ambulance. Works great for angina when you have a long transport. Fax machines. Yes. Faxes are archaic shitty technology that make life difficult for people who work on phone systems, and the primary reason they are still around is because legislation is woefully behind the curve when it comes to technology. They are still around for a good reason. Legal and medical documents is one of them, plus it's a backup if the net goes down. They are still deeply ingrained in law and medicine because the regulations that govern those fields haven't kept pace with technological advancements. Not sure that's really a good reason. It's not inherently more secure than other means of communication either. I suspect if the laws were more up to date, faxing would have been replaced by now. It's easier to be more secure. I've seen my boss send tax documents over email to wrong email addresses he knows. Also misspells most things, but still. There are a lot of older / non-computer accustomed people in the healthcare business, and secure documents would be sent all over the place if these people were in charge of it. Healthcare field is already pretty fucked. Expecting them all to know how to email properly is asking too much. What would prevent him faxing documents to the wrong number?